Okay, I am going to be at the New Jersey Gamer Con, December 3rd and 4th, and I will be bringing with me the world's worst video game collection right here. And this is not necessarily for kids. If you don't like the D word or the V word or various curses, leave now, because I'm going to say a few dirty words in here, and there's going to be some crudely drawn penises that you might not want to see or whatever. Alright, let me go through this box. And I'll show you what we will be bringing and showing off in our world's worst video game collection that a lot of people seem to like. It's kind of fun. It's an introduction to people, and I get to talk about goofy stuff. This game actually isn't really a bad game, but it's really kind of gross if you look at the condition. That's pretty much why I put it in there. I have never seen one of the gold games with this much wear. The funny thing about it, though, is the label's not that bad. It's kind of good, right? All right. This would be like kind of a... Well, you're starting. It's like you have part of it, right? You could show it to your friends and go, "Look what I get for $1," and then you show them like the bag, and they'll be like, "Oh, what's the big deal?" But if you're lucky, eventually maybe you could find the rest of it. This one was a joke one that I actually did. I made this for my friends. What I did was I told my friends, "Hey, I bought Earthbound at a yard sale." I told them I got it for a pretty good price, like $50, right? And they're like, "Whoa, cool, let me see." And when I showed it to them, they were like, "You idiot," because everybody that knows anything knows that Earthbound is a game on a Super Nintendo, and and I gave them a story about how the person drew the pictures and stuff, and blah blah blah, whatever. So there it is, Earthbound, and I wrote Earthbound all over it, Earthbound on the side, because it's like you want to make sure everybody sees that it's Earthbound, no matter what angle it is from, right? But it is funny. My friends were like, "You're a dumbass," right? And I drew a space. I got creative on it. I drew outer space and ships and stars and whatever. This, nobody's reading that. This one is the kind of thing where, to be honest, I don't even know if this works, but this is pretty bad condition, isn't it? And then to make it look a little bit better, the person drew all over it with magic marker for some reason. And then they proudly put their name on it, Jonathan O. And I don't know, it's just really bad condition. It's kind of like, why would you keep a gross-looking game like that? I like this game because this is what you would call kid rage. Now, apparently this kid was very mad at John Elway, and he decided to write all over his game that John Elway sucks, right? And to top it off, and that's the kind of thing, it's like, okay, if you're mad at the guy, right? Why would you write all over your own game how much he sucks, right? And then to make it worse, why would... Yeah, I mean, you got to keep this. Every time you look at it, it's got the writing on it. And then what do you do with it afterwards, right? It's the kid rage. They get mad and they don't know. To top it off, what makes it even funnier is they wrote Elway blows, and I think that is Elway blows donkey balls. So... I don't know. It's the kind of thing like, why would you do that to your own stuff, Check this thing out. Now, this is one of the first pieces I made into my collection. I just thought it was kind of crazy. Look, there's that someone would use this much tape. I mean, come on, what are you kidding me? It's like, haven't you ever heard of glue? Or even like, okay, why use the whole roll? It's like it's just too much tape. And to make it extra gross, there's like hairs under the tape. I don't know if you can see that, but I don't even know what that's about. Oh, and the funny thing about it was, when I bought it, I was like, man, I got to see. It wasn't even expensive, right? But I was like, man, I got to see if this thing works. I took it home, plugged it in. All the work they did, all the tape they did, doesn't even work. Why is this game in the box? I know it's not a bad game, right? This shouldn't be in the box. This is Mario Kart. This is a fun game. This is worth a lot of money. Let alone it's in pretty goddamn beat condition, right? It doesn't work, okay? So you say, well then, I guess a board's cracked or something. I don't know. But then why is this game in the box, right? This game I bought at a flea market. Again, a good game. Sure, the front is broken and stuff like that. Why is it in the box? It doesn't work. And actually, the guy told me that it works. He assured me. Because I paid like $8 for it. I was like, you know what, $8, who cares? As long as it works. But you can actually see how it's slanted, crooked. The board is cracked or something. It won't fit in. It jams. I don't know. It's like I don't know, why are you going to lie to me about this? You know, just if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I wouldn't do something like that. Here's another game. Why is this in the box? This one's not even in bad condition, right? Signed by Kyle. Well, the reason this is in the box, let alone, this one works, right? Except this is one of the first games I bought where they switched the covers on me. I think it happened right around the time they started selling the tools to do that on Amazon. And I don't really know why someone, maybe it was broken, maybe it wasn't working. Someone took the innards of this and switched it with some sports game. I took it home. I was really pissed off. And what I tell people on this, if I ever see that little bastard Kyle again, I am going to kick his ass. This one's funny as hell. This one says you've been movinated. So everybody's like, well, what does movinated mean? Is movinated a real thing? I Googled it. It's not. It's not a word or anything. There's no movinated out there. So what I assume is movinated is some kid's name, Movin. And what happened was he wrote all over this person's game, and that's kind of how he movinated him. But what he really did, right, and this is what I'm assuming, is that the kid's name was John, right? So on the top of the game he wrote, John's a bitch, and then you've been movinated by Movin. This one I actually bought on eBay. And I actually have another game that I'm going to add to it. This one was on a Facebook page, and people are going, look at this piece of crap game, man, I can't believe it, right? People are actually bidding on it. So I was like, oh man, I got to have that game for this collection. Because in my mind, it's kind of an insane piece of art. Somebody really wanted to play this game. So what they did was they took cardboard and then they put gaffer's tape all over it. And so they wouldn't be jamming it in backwards and possibly breaking this precious game, right? You know, maybe I could switch. I won't do it though. I can take this and stick it in here. Maybe I'll do that one day. No, I'll never do it. I'm going to leave this the way it is. But in order that it wouldn't break it worse while jamming it in, they had to write Super Mario Kart so you know what it is, and front. So you don't stick it in backwards. This is barely being held together by anything, and it's even got stuff sticking to it. I don't even know what that is. This is just gross condition. I have no clue if this way. Actually, I have one game that I added to this collection. Well, let me do the ones I already have in it. This game is straight out crazy. Whoever owned this game, for some reason, wrote vagina. All of vagina, 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 vagina. There's a smiley face, right? Vagina. More vagina, vagina, vagina on the side. Vagina, vagina on the other side. Vagina, 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 vagina on the top. And then they threw in a sex. Let's see, does that cover? Let me do the back. Oh, the thing about the back, before I show it, is it has instructions for you. So anyway, it's got vagina, 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 with arrows pointing to vagina, 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 and here's the instructions. See, it says vagina even inside there, and there it says dick, right? But the instructions, I tell people when they look at this, this game comes with instructions on the back. There's the instructions. Insert dick here. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do it. And more vaginas on the side. This game is funny because when you look at it, you go, oh, somebody drew some dicks on it. It's crudely drawn dicks, right? And they're on the front and they're on the back, making like a train or something. What's funny about this game is you have to read the sides. You just touched a bunch of dicks. Anyway, I always think that after I go through this collection, I should Purell my hands, and I might do that. But here's a new piece that just made it into the collection. I actually bought this from eBay. The reason I like this game is because whose game is this? Darnell, right? And I guess his name is Davis, Darnell Davis, and also Mel's, Mel Davis. So apparently, these guys owned and shared these games, and they wanted to make look all over Darnell. You go like this. Whose game is this? Darnell's. I said, whose game is this? Darnell's, right? The funny thing about it being so written over, even on the sides, is that you wonder, like, why would you have to write your name all over something like this, Darnell? Do you have a problem where people steal shit in your house, right? Could be. But there it is. That's a new edition, and I just thought it was, like, not even a great game, Darnell, that you had to worry about people stealing it so badly, but apparently people do steal your stuff. And that's it. That's the world's worst video game collection. I will have it on display. If you come, you will get to touch these games. Like I said, maybe I'll bring Purell. I don't know if I showed this, but this is where I'm going to be. New Jersey GamerCon. I'm just going to hold it here on the information. That's this weekend, December 3rd and 4th, if you want to see me. That is where I'll be. And now I will put the stuff back in the box, and if you come to the convention, you will get to see all this wonderful stuff and games there. Oh, and I will be adding more games as I find Crapple games. And I like to mention that I couldn't decide if I wanted to build a nice case for this display, so people could just see the front and the back. But I actually think it's much better in a crappy shoebox, so people can just enjoy sticking their hands in there and touching it. But yeah, anyway, New Jersey GamerCon. That's where you'll see me and the world's worst video game collection, which is not for kids.